Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you're like a real superhero, man!
Oh my God.
Hey, tropical fish keepers, Aqua Alex Cardinale here, welcoming you to my flagship aquarium keeping show. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline, where I, Aqua Alex, will discuss everything and anything aquarium hobby related, whether it's freshwater or saltwater. I will discuss my top 10 favorite fish and more and give you information on the aquarium hobby. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it on social media. And remember, hit the like button. If you have any questions on tropical fish, post them in the comments. Now, let's get this episode of Aquatic Wetline started in Happy 4th of July, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale. Welcome to another Aquatic Wetline Top 10 episode. Today, we are continuing our Top 10 saltwater fish. This is part 2 of 10 of my favorite saltwater fish. As you can imagine, I have a lot of favorite saltwater fish that I could talk about, and it's going to be great talking about some more of my favorite saltwater fish. Now, on the first episode, I talked about foxface rabbitfish, maroon clownfish, flame hawks, dogface puffers, and more. So if you haven't watched the first episode, part 1, go to my Aquatic Wetline playlist here on my YouTube channel, American Alice Cardinale, and watch the first episode. Tonight, we're going to continue talking about 10 more of my favorite saltwater fish. I'm going to give you some information on the saltwater fish that I'm going to discuss. And then I'm going to show you some photos and videos of my personal collection and some videos that I took. So this is going to be a great show. Some species that I will discuss tonight include the emperor angelfish, the black and white clownfish, snowflake moray eels, and more. So, as always, you can be part of the show. What are some of your favorite saltwater fish? Let me know in the comments down below. And be sure to hit the like button. The more likes equals more potential viewers. So if you do enjoy today's episode, please hit the like button. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this show started. 10 more of my favorite saltwater fish, part 2. All right, let's get started. The first fish we're going to talk about today is a species of clownfish. It's actually a different variant of the Ocellaris clown, and it is a really unique clownfish. It is known as the black and white Darwin clownfish, and the black and white Darwin clownfish comes to us from Australia. So let's learn some information on the black and white Darwin clownfish. The Darwin ocellus clownfish is a variant of the common clownfish, which is the ocellus clown. This beautiful color morph is jet black with white stripes and is found naturally only in a confined geographic area around Darwin, North Australia. There is limited import of this species from the wild, but thanks to captive breeding efforts, this species is now commonly available. So the Darwin clownfish comes from Darwin, North Australia. The temperament and care for Darwin ocellus clownfish are very similar to that of the regular clownfish. The only difference is the Darwin clownfish is black and white, and it comes from Darwin, North Australia. It is relatively peaceful and hardy and is a good beginner's choice and easy to care for. The Darwin clownfish thrive in saltwater aquariums with or without an anemone present. So you don't need an anemone to have black and white Darwin clownfish, but they'll do good with it or without an anemone. So that is some information on our first fish species that I talked about, the black and white Darwin clownfish. Now, believe it or not, the black and white Darwin clownfish was my very first clownfish pair. It was the very first ocellus clownfish pair that I got. So they were my first clownfish when I first got into the saltwater hobby. All right, moving along. Now we're going to talk about our second saltwater fish species. And this is a very cool, oddball, predatory type saltwater fish. So our friend Jamie LaSalle is in the house. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Or Jamie, excuse me, sorry. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Jamie says, I love saltwater fish. I'm listening as I drive. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. So the next fish we're going to talk about is actually a moray eel. It is a snowflake moray eel. And I know that in the aquarium hobby, there's a couple of eels that are labeled as snowflake moray eels. There's one that is brackish, and then there is a completely marine saltwater one, and that is the one that I'm talking about right now. It's a very cool moray eel and one of my favorite moray eels. It's a little bit different than the fishivore moray eels like the green moray eel or the I forgot the name of the other one that I like, but the green moray eel and all the giant moray eels are fishivorous, meaning they eat only fish. But the snowflake moray eel is a eel that eats crustaceans like shrimp, clams, etc. So here is some information on the snowflake moray eel. It's also known as the clouded moray among many different names. It has blunt teeth, ideal for its diet of crustaceans, a trait it shares with the zebra moray eel. Now, the snowflake moray eel is widespread throughout the Indo-Pacific area from the eastern coast of Africa throughout Micronesia, including the Red Sea and to Hawaii. This species is also found in the eastern central Pacific from southern Baja California, Mexico, and from Costa Rica to northern Colombia. Now, the snowflake moray eel can reach 39 inches in length, but its most popular and common size is 20 inches. And they live at depths ranging from 1 and 48 meters. The snowflake moray eel is a very commonly kept saltwater eel. They are very hardy and well suited to life within an aquarium. They can grow up to 36 inches in length in captivity. So the snowflake moray eel requires an aquarium that is much larger than 20 gallons. So a good tank size for the snowflake moray eel would be a 75-gallon and a 90-gallon and up. And you'll definitely need a tight-fitting lid, as most moray eels are good at escaping and can fit through surprisingly small holes in aquarium lids. The snowflake eel has been known to live to 15 years and older in captivity. They are carnivores, readily accepting just about any meaty foods, including krill, shrimp, silversides, and octopus meat. They are crustacean eaters and they love crustaceans, so it's important to try and feed them shrimp, clams, and other crustaceans as well. Now, because it is a crustacean eater, the snowflake moray eel is not safe for shrimp or crabs or lobsters to be kept with the snowflake moray eel, as crustaceans are their natural diet. However, most other invertebrates, such as starfish, anemones, and sea urchins, can safely be kept with them. Snowflake morays are reef safe and will not bother corals, though these eels are messy eaters and will require strong filtration and a relatively large protein skimmer for the long-term health of any corals housed in this aquarium. The moray eel will likely consume very small fish as damselfish. Compatible tank mates for the snowflake moray eel include other large semi-aggressive fish such as the lionfish, tangs, triggerfish, wrasses, and other moray eels if they are both introduced to the aquarium at the same time. So the snowflake moray eel, one of my favorite moray eels that you'll find in the saltwater aquarium hobby. All right, so moving along, the next saltwater fish we're going to talk about is a species of Melanoris wrasse. Oh, I just gave out the name. So the next species of fish we're going to talk about is a species of wrasse. It is known as the Melanoris wrasse, and it is a very, very pretty wrasse, one of my all-time favorite wrasses. So let's learn about the Melanoris wrasse. Other common names for the Melanoris wrasse include the Hovins wrasse, tail spot wrasse, yellow-lined wrasse, orange-tipped rainbow fish, pinstripe wrasse, three-eyed wrasse, dusky-tail rabbitfish, and neon wrasse. Melanoris wrasses can be found in the Western Pacific, from Japan to Samoa and Tonga, and south to the Great Barrier Reef. Belonging to the wrasse family, these are some of the prettiest wrasses in the hobby. Females have a silvery blue body with horizontal yellow stripes and an eye spot on their dorsal fin and at the base of their tail. Males are green in color and have blue, red, and yellow stripes. These fish grow up to 4.5 inches long and require an aquarium of at least 50 gallons with a soft substrate that is at least 3 to 4 inches deep. These wrasses burrow under the sand when they are afraid and at night to sleep. Melanoris wrasses are carnivores. They feed primarily on inverts and crustaceans in the wild, but will also eat brine shrimp, copepods, amphipods, mysis shrimp, pellets, krill, flake foods, and frozen meaty preparations. Melanoris wrasse make excellent pest control for various pests like bristleworms. That said, you want to think about any ornamental invert you have in your aquarium before you add this wrasse because it could take out worms, etc. When first introduced to a new aquarium, it is not uncommon for a Melanoris wrasse to stay buried for a few days. They also bury themselves to sleep, which is really cool. They put themselves to bed just like a human. And the Melanoris wrasse is a very beautiful saltwater fish. It has like Christmas colors, and it's a very, very pretty fish. One of my favorite of the wrasses. It's very medium growing. It does not grow huge, so it can be kept in medium-sized aquariums, and it's very simple to take care of. Gotta love the Melanoris wrasse. All right, so now we're going to move along. Now we're going to talk about the state fish of Hawaii, one of the most popular triggers in the aquarium hobby, and that is the Picasso triggerfish, also known as the Humma Humma triggerfish. It has so many nicknames, this trigger, but I always call it the Picasso trigger because it looks like it's been painted by Picasso. Very, very gorgeous triggerfish. And there is an image of the triggerfish on the screen. Now, as I mentioned, the Picasso trigger is the state fish of Hawaii. It is found on reefs in the Indo-Pacific region. Now, the Picasso triggerfish live in the reefs and sandy areas of coral reefs where they eat just about anything that comes along, mostly including inverts and reef algae. They're always restlessly swimming around and vigorously protect their territory against intruders, including divers, especially when guarding their eggs during reproduction season. Their relatively small size makes them much less dangerous than the larger Titan triggerfish of the same family. Now, the Picasso trigger can grow to about 8 to 9 inches, whereas the Titan trigger gets massive. Now, the Picasso trigger moves through the water by using waving motions in its dorsal and anal fins, allowing it to move more precisely. Using these movements, it can move forwards, backwards, or simply hover in place above the reef. This means that it can more easily back out of crevices than other unidirectional fish. Now, the Picasso trigger is really common in the aquarium hobby. A lot of people that keep predatory reef fish, like myself when I had saltwater aquariums, keep the Picasso trigger. They will eat anything. I fed mine raw market shrimp, tilapia, clams, bloodworms, and even ate nori sometimes too. So they're very easy to keep. They grow to 9 inches, like I said earlier, and they will do well with other large growing fish like dogface puffers, porcupine puffers, foxface rabbits, maroon clownfish, etc. So if you're looking for a cool trigger to add to your aquarium, then you definitely need to consider the Picasso trigger. However, the Picasso trigger is certainly not reef friendly because it'll eat all your crustaceans, sadly. All right, the next fish we're going to talk about is a goby. I love gobies from saltwater and freshwater, but some of the saltwater gobies are among my absolute favorite. Last time on Aquatic Wetline, we talked about the diamond goby, which is a sand sifting goby. Today, we're going to talk about a watchman goby that is really pretty. It has pink spots and blue spots and is very, very gorgeous. And that is the pink spotted watchman goby. This was the very first goby I got when I entered the saltwater hobby. And it is an incredible looking fish. Look how beautiful the pink spotted watchman goby is. So the pink spotted watchman goby is known as the pink spotted watchman goby, but it also has a couple other names. It's got the pink speckled shrimp goby, the Singapore shrimp goby, and the spotted watchman goby. You will find the pink spotted watchman goby from Western Pacific, from Indonesia to New Caledonia, north to the Yami Islands, and south to northwestern Australia. The pink-spotted watchman goby is generally peaceful towards other fish and is reef safe. However, it is territorial to its own and other goby species. So don't keep them with other gobies unless they are a proven pair. Keep one goby to a saltwater aquarium. Now, the pink-spotted watchman goby will accept most meaty foods, including mysis shrimp, enriched brine shrimp, and sinking pellet food. A peaceful but territorial, bottom-dwelling and burrowing goby. This goby is known to be one of the watchman family that will share its burrow with a pistol shrimp. It is the shrimp that does the digging for the goby, while the goby is on the lookout, hence being the watchman. Whenever the shrimp is out of the burrow, he always keeps one antenna on the goby and retreats quickly back to the burrow if the fish swishes his tail. They build several burrows around the tank before finally settling down. The burrow is quite elaborate as they gather many pieces of rock rubble to create their home. At night, the spotted watchman goby closes the burrow off with a larger piece of rock. There is absolutely no evidence that exists unless you know the rock is covering a hole. In the morning, the pink-spotted watchman goby shoves the rock back out of the way and spends the majority of his time sitting outside the burrow. When the tank is fed, the goby brings food to the shrimp. So it's almost like the goby and shrimp are married. Pretty unique symbiotic relationship that the pink-spotted watchman goby and pistol shrimp have. So the yellow watchman goby, the blue-spotted watchman goby, and other watchman gobies have this same trait, but the pink-spotted watchman goby is my absolute favorite. You gotta love the pink-spotted watchman goby. All right, so far we've talked about 5 of the 10 species that I'm going to talk about on tonight's episode. We've talked about the black and white clownfish, the snowflake moray eel, the Melanoris wrasse, the Picasso trigger, and the pink-spotted watchman goby. Right now, we are going to go ahead and take a quick intermission, which is brought to us by Aquatic Wetline's supporters, Little Egypt Aquarium Club, Aquatic and Exotic, and Fish Keeping for Kids. If you need quality aquarium supplies, check out Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Remember, you save 10% off your order by using coupon code ALEX. I know I haven't showed off any products from Little Egypt Aquarium Club yet, but I will because I'm going to be ordering some soon, and I'm going to do some product reviews for you. So coming up next, we're going to talk about 5 more saltwater species, including the blonde naso tang and the emperor angel. And then I'm going to share my photos and videos of my incredible saltwater fish, including my emperor angel. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back after a word from our supporters. Use this time to leave a like on today's video. We're back with more right after this.
Are you a tropical fish keeper living in South Florida? You need to check out Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. Aquatic and Exotic is home to quality freshwater and saltwater tropical fish. You will find African cichlids, South and Central American cichlids, goldfish and koi, and exotic fish. We also supply aquarium supplies like filters and heaters, aquariums, and lights. We also have quality fish food brands. Aquatic and Exotic is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Questions? Give us a call at 772-781-4046. Stop on by and check us out. 1525 A.C.E. Lockhart Street, Stuart, Florida 34994.
I, Aqua Alex, am proud to announce that I'm teaming with Little Egypt Aquarium Club to offer aquarium hobbyists excellent aquarium supplies and fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is owned and operated and founded by Jeremy Stellhorn, a tropical fish keeper who met me almost 10 years ago because of my show, Aquatic Wetline. And he got serious interest in the aquarium hobby, and he created Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club's goal is to support the aquarium hobby and promote the aquarium hobby by selling quality aquarium supplies and fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club has partnered with Everything Aquatic, and you'll find products from Everything Aquatic on the website. Products on the website include breeding supplies, freeze-dried foods, pellets, wafers, sticks and granules, Rapashi aquatic foods, fish medications, driftwood, sponge filters, and more. Oh, did I mention you can purchase live freshwater angelfish from Everything Aquatic on Little Egypt Aquarium Club. That's right, you can get live freshwater angelfish. Free shipping for orders over $200 anywhere in the United States of America. Just for watching this fish keeping video here on the American Alex Cardinale YouTube channel, Aqua Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn would like to offer a special discount for you to use during your purchase. At checkout, use coupon code ALEX to save 10% on your order. Remember, at checkout, use coupon code ALEX to save 10%. Every little bit off helps, and trust me, I love saving money. So why not go check out Little Egypt Aquarium Club with great quality products like Rapashi and Everything Aquatics and even live angelfish. What can go wrong? www.littleegyptaquariumclub.myshopify.com. The link is in the description of today's video. Remember, discount code ALEX to save 10%. Little Egypt Aquarium Club.myshopify.com. Link in description of today's video. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. As you guys know, I entered the aquarium hobby at a young age. I was born into the aquarium hobby as my dad had been keeping aquariums before me. And at the age of 12, I got my very first aquarium. I am a firm believer that kids and today's youth should be in the aquarium hobby. That is why when I found out about this book, Fish Keeping for Kids, I knew I had to promote it here on my channel because I'm all about the youth in the aquarium hobby. This book here was written by a 14-year-old boy who entered the aquarium hobby, and this book is filled with some great information. It's got information on all different types of fish, freshwater and saltwater. It's got information on aquarium equipment. It's got information on cycling and setting up an aquarium. All information that will be beneficial and great for kids entering the aquarium hobby. I wish I had this book when I was younger and growing up in the aquarium hobby. So, this book is great for anyone that is going to be entering the aquarium hobby that is younger. It was written by 14-year-old Brian Conway, who enjoys fish keeping, soccer, homeschooling, and fishing. And one of his favorite places to be is the local aquarium store and Oklahoma Aquarium. Fish keeping for kids started as a homeschool assignment, and Brian decided he would publish it to help solve this problem for others. Fish Keeping for Kids is Brian's first book, but he enjoyed writing the first so much he is already working on his next. You can find out more information and follow Brian at fishkeepingforkids.com. Take a look at this wonderful book with all the different fish species and information in there. It's a great, great book. I'm happy to have a copy, and I'm happy to support this cause as well. Fishkeepingforkids.com. Learn all about it on his website and get yourself a copy. I love seeing the youth in the aquarium hobby, and I, Aqua Alex, am glad to partner with Brian. Now back to the fish chat. Do you like the game Jeopardy? Have you ever thought there would be an aquarium-related Jeopardy game? Well, there is now. I, Aqua Alex, am proud to announce that my hit fish-keeping shows, Aquatic Wetline and Life in the Amazon, will be hosting Jeopardy once a month. Aquatic Wetline will be based on the aquarium hobby as a whole, and Life in the Amazon will be based off of South American fish and aquatic animals. Would you like to be among the first to compete on a fish-keeping Jeopardy game? All you have to do is contact Aqua Alex at AlexGoYankees19@gmail.com. That's AlexGoYankees, CARDINALE19@gmail.com, or text me at 413-285-2112. We will get you booked for the recordings. The winners of each game will win a special prize sponsored by a company to be announced on the show. There will be 3 daily doubles per game. Get the daily double correct, you get double points. Get it wrong and you'll lose half your points. There will also be a main event where the 2 contestants with the highest points compete head-to-head to determine the winner. The main event round consists of a single question, with each contestant wavering some points. Whoever gets the question right wins. Aqua Alex, Aquatic Wetline, and Life in the Amazon present Fish Keeping Jeopardy, coming late August 2023. So, we are looking for contestants. Make sure to contact Aqua Alex.
Hey fish keepers. Aqua Alex here. Well, I'm not physically Aqua Alex, but this commercial was created by Aqua Alex Cardinale. I just created a new Facebook fish keeping group, and I'm encouraging you watching this fish keeping video to check it out and consider joining. The name of the group is Yep We Like Fish Keeping. My group is laid back, drama-free, and the focus is 1000% on aquariums and tropical fish. No bullying, no name-calling, no fish police. No negativity will be allowed in this group. Come post pictures and videos of your fish, talk fish, promote your fish keeping YouTube channels and more. So come check it out and join today. Go to facebook.com and in the search bar type Yep We Like Fish Keeping. Then hit join. See you there.
Do you love Sarasalmody fish species like your host Aqua Alex? Sarasalmody fish are the toothy characins from South America and the Amazon. Piranhas, pacus, and silver dollars. Pygocentris, Sarasalmus, Mylius, Metanese, and so many more. If you keep piranhas, pacus, and silver dollars, then I have a perfect Facebook group for you. It was created by Aqua Alex, of course, and he loves piranhas, pacus, and silver dollars. The name of the Facebook group is Sarasalmody Hobbyists, Pacus, Piranhas, and Silver Dollars. Come join and post photos and videos of your piranhas, pacus, or silver dollars, talk Sarasalmody, and join the fellow toothy characin lovers. Go to Facebook and in the search bar type Sarasalmody Hobbyists, Piranhas, Pacus, and Silver Dollars and hit join.
Welcome back to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale, and this is episode 2 of Top 10 Saltwater Fish. We're back from our intermission, and now we're going to continue talking about 5 more of my favorite saltwater fish. So let's get right back into it. Coming up next, we have a tang that I love, and I've only kept this tang once, but it's a beautiful fish. It is the blonde naso tang, and I'm going to show you how gorgeous the blonde naso tang is. So the blonde naso tang, very beautiful tang. It gets big though. The blonde naso tang can be found throughout the Indian Ocean. As a juvenile, the naso tang has a dark gray body with a blue stripe following along the dorsal fin and an orange stripe on the anal fin. When matured, the body is a bluish gray tone and the juvenile striping is supplemented with additional color. The dorsal fin will be a bright yellow. The tail takes on a lyre shape with a yellow vertical bar towards the back. 2 orange patches appear at the pedicle spines near the tail. The face undergoes the largest change. A thin black mask forms between the eyes and mouth. The mask is outlined with bright yellow. The lips develop a reddish-orange color that resembles the application of lipstick. These tangs will use their cattle spines as a weapon against other fish that threaten them. A blonde naso tang can reach up to 18 inches in length and requires an aquarium of at least 180 gallons with live rock and plenty of room to swim. Tangs in general are primarily herbivores. They need rocks to graze on as their diet is primarily marine algae. For tanks on the smaller side that have less live rock to grow algae, you will need to supplement your tang's diet with nori or other vegetable matter like nori, romaine lettuce, spinach leaves, or broccoli. They also accept flake foods and sometimes small, meaty offerings like mysis shrimp. A good variety of food will keep your tang healthy and vibrant. A well-fed tang won't pick at your corals, but there is always a possibility if there is no algae or nori present. So the blonde naso tang is my favorite of the naso tang, but they get so large, so you need a huge aquarium to keep blonde naso tang. All right. So the next three saltwater fish that I'm going to talk about are species that I've never kept before, but I really like. So the first is a butterfly fish, and it is known as a saddleback butterfly fish. I call it the Donald Duck of the saltwater world. It looks just like Donald Duck. And here is an image of a saddleback butterfly fish. Very gorgeous fish. The saddleback butterfly fish is found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans from Sri Lanka and the Cocos Keeling Islands to the Hawaiian, Marquesan, and Tuamotu Islands, north to southern Japan, south to Rolly Shoals, and New South Wales in Australia. The saddleback butterfly reaches nearly 12 inches, so it gets about a foot in length. In shape, it resembles certain angelfishes more than most of its relatives. The overall color is yellowish gray with a large black spot bordered below by a broad white band on the back and wavy blue lines on the lower sides. The throat and the outline of the hind parts is bright yellow. Adults have a filament extending posteriorly from the upper part of the soft portion of the dorsal fin. The saddle butterfly fish is found at depths between 0 and 30 meters in coral reefs. It feeds on filamentous algae, small invertebrates, coral polyps, and fish eggs. You know, when I had a saltwater aquarium, I tried so hard to find one of these guys, but none of my fish stores had them. And when I went to get them on Live Aquaria or Blue Zoo Aquatics, they were nowhere to be found. They were not in stock. But now that I don't have a saltwater aquarium, there are plenty of them. Gee, that is just my luck. But the saddleback butterfly fish is certainly a beauty and definitely more hardy than the copper band butterfly fish. So if you are kind of new to the saltwater world and you want to keep a butterfly fish, I definitely would say get a saddleback butterfly fish before you get a copper band butterfly fish, because the copper band butterfly fish dies quickly in the aquarium hobby, and this one is more affordable, more gorgeous in my opinion, and easier to take care of. I definitely love the saddleback butterfly fish. Now, the next species is another fish that when I had a saltwater tank, I could not find. Well, actually, yes, I did see them at my fish store, but they were like a quarter of an inch big, too small. My lionfish would have eaten them. This is a really cool fish. It is the poor man's Moorish idol. It is known as the black and white Henioceus bannerfish, or you can call it the black and white Henioceus butterfly fish. As you can see here on the screen, it is a very, very cool looking fish. Now, the black and white Henioceus bannerfish can reach up to 10 inches in length. It is a very popular butterfly fish and an excellent choice for the aquarist with some experience, especially for an aquarist who craves having a Moorish idol. These two species are quite similar in appearance, but the black and white Henioceus is hardier and much easier to care for. It is also less expensive and so often called the poor man Moorish idol. 55-gallon aquarium is the minimum size for a single fish, and a bigger aquarium will be needed if you want to keep more than one. And yes, you can keep more than one Henioceus together. They need some rock work, preferably well-developed live rock that offers a cave or overhangs, along with plenty of swimming space. This species is not suitable for reef tanks as they will eat coral polyps. They are best kept in a fish-only aquarium or a fish-only with live rock aquarium. Do not keep them with coral because they will eat coral. These are peaceful fish and suitable for a community aquarium with other peaceful inhabitants. They should not be kept with more aggressive fish. They like the company of their own kind as well and will be more active, but they should be kept in odd numbers like 3, 5, 7, for example. When kept with their own kind, they tend to form a social hierarchy in a captive setting. If they are kept in pairs, one fish may dominate the other and cause problems. These guys are really cool looking, and when I get a saltwater aquarium again, I definitely will get some black and white Haniocious butterfly fish. You know that movie, Little Nicky? Every time I talk about butterfly fish, saltwater fish, I always remember butterflies. All right, so moving along. Now we're going to talk about another species of saltwater fish that I've never kept but always want to. Last week we talked about the firefish goby. Well, here's another firefish, but it's known as the purple firefish. It's a little bit more colorful than the ordinary firefish. Here's a very cool image of the purple firefish. Now, the purple firefish is a species of dartfish native to tropical waters in the Indo-West Pacific from Mauritius to Samoa, north to Ryukyu Islands, and south to New Caledonia, from depth ranging between 25 and 70 meters, and that's 82 and 230 feet. It is found over hard, open bottoms of reefs, sandy patches, and rubble, as well as deeper coastal outer reef drop-offs where there are strong currents. It reaches a maximum length of 3 inches, which makes it a perfect saltwater nanofish. They feed on zooplankton, especially the larvae of copepods and crustaceans. They will dart into holes when alarmed, and that's why they're called dartfish. This fish is popular in reef aquariums and is resistant to diseases. These fish are relatively docile and will not attack tank mates when kept in a suitably sized aquarium, however. If kept in confined quarters, these fish may squabble over territory, so keep them in 20 gallons and larger and should have no problem. Firefish are commonly kept in nano reef aquariums. Firefish are prolific leapers. Thus, an aquarist contemplating the acquisition of either of these species should be certain that the aquarium hood will not easily allow the firefish to leap from the tank and die. These fish should also be provided with rock work to hide in. Very, very cool fish. All right, that leads us to the final saltwater fish that we're going to talk about on tonight's episode. One of my all-time favorite saltwater fish, and it is known as the king of saltwater fish, the king angelfish, and that is the emperor angelfish, a very cool angelfish. Now, the emperor angelfish is so cool because it goes through different changes. The juvenile looks completely different than the adult emperor angel. Here is a picture of a juvenile emperor angel, and you can see on a juvenile emperor angel, it's got a blue body with a ring and some white coloration and white stripes. Very beautiful. But on the adult emperor angel, the adult emperor angel has a blue body with yellow stripes and some purple coloration. So the juvenile is blue with white stripes, But as the juvenile matures, it turns into a blue body with yellow stripes. But my favorite variant of the emperor angel is definitely the juvenile, but the adult emperor angel is still a beautiful fish as well. So the emperor angel is a species of marine angelfish. It is a reef-associated fish native to the Indian and Pacific Ocean from the Red Sea to Hawaii and the Austral Islands. This species is generally associated with stable populations and faces no major threats of extinction. It is a favorite of photographers, artists, and aquarists because of its unique, brilliant pattern of coloration. The emperor angelfish shows a marked difference between the juveniles and the adults. The juveniles have a dark blue body, which is marked with concentric curving lines, alternating between pale blue and white, with the smallest, which are completely encased within each other, located posteriorly. So again, here's an image of a juvenile. Very, very cool. The adults are striped with blue and yellow horizontal stripes, a light blue face with a dark blue mask over the eyes, and a yellow caudal fin. There is a blackish band above the pectoral fins, the top of which is at the level of the upper orbit. The emperor angelfish has a wide Indo-Pacific distribution. It occurs from the Red Sea southwards along the East African coast to Mozambique and Madagascar, eastwards through the Indian and Pacific Oceans, as far as the Sumatra Islands and the Line Islands. Its diet comprises sponges and other encrusting organisms, as well as tunicates. So it eats sponges and other things like corals and tunicates. They form pairs. The juveniles and adults may also act as a cleaner fish, cleaning ectoparasites off of larger fish. When frightened, these fish can produce a knocking sound. Man, the emperor angelfish is a beauty. You gotta love the emperor angelfish. And those are the 10 fish that I'm going to talk about on tonight's episode. Now it's time for our main event. It's time for me to show my photos and videos of the fish that I discussed tonight. So let's start with my photos. Tonight I only have 2 photos. And the photos I have are of a pair of black and white clownfish that I got. They were my very first clownfish. So here is an image of my first black and white Darwin clownfish. Now, as juveniles, they will have orange faces, but as they mature, the orange face will go away. And here is another image of my black and white Darwin clown. Very, very cool fish. But now it's time for the best part of the show, videos of my saltwater fish that I had. So now I'm going to show you a video of my king. This was the king of my saltwater aquarium. It was my juvenile emperor angel. Check it out. Very beautiful fish. The next video is a black and white Henneosis butterfly fish at the New England Aquarium.
That's insane.
And this TV is better than I thought.
Yeah.
There's also more fish.
Oh, yeah, so that's the seal.
So those were some black and white Henneosis bannerfish or butterfly fish that were at the New England Aquarium. And there were some other species of saltwater fish in that video that will be talked about in a future episode of Aquatic Wetline. Part 3, we'll talk about those species. Here is a video of a blonde naso tang that I purchased at a saltwater fish store. Very, very cool. And here is some black and white clowns I got from my friend Ed Picard. Black and white clownfish I'm buying from the local fish store. Very beautiful. And finally, the last video I have for you tonight is a video of my friend feeding his snowflake moray eel. Very, very cool. Well, that's all I've got for you on this episode of Aquatic Wetline. I would like to say thank you to all the tropical fish keepers who watched today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed this episode of Aquatic Wetline. If you did enjoy this episode, please be sure to hit the like button, because remember, the more likes, the more potential views this video could get. If you're a new viewer, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, American Alice Cardinale, for more amazing content. With that being said, have a great rest of your day. Feed your fish quality fish food and do your water changes. I'm Aqua Alex Cardinale, broadcasting live in front of my 125 in Lake Worth, Florida. Happy fish keeping, and I will see you on the next episode of Aquatic Wetline. Good night, everybody. Hey everyone, it's your host, American Alex Cardinale, aka Legendary Alex Cardinale, aka channel have now been alive for 3 decades. My 20s will go down in history as being the time I created my podcast and my YouTube channel. I can't wait to see how successful my YouTube channel becomes over the next 10 years. I look forward to seeing what will happen in my 30s. Maybe I'll have a great career or my own business. You never know. Anyway, I'm inviting you, yes you, to be part of my 30th birthday. Live, Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. I'll be hosting my 30th birthday celebration on my YouTube channel, and I would love for you to be part of it. Live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll be hosting my birthday celebration. It's going to be a fun show. There will be appearances from Aqua Alex and Chef Alex. Aqua Alex will be getting new fish for this birthday. It's a species of fish I've never kept before, and I'm excited to unbox them and show them to you. I wonder what species. Chef Alex will, for the first time ever, be doing restaurant reviews, and maybe, just maybe, he will bake his favorite cake or dessert. On top of that, I'll sing my favorite song. I'll also recap my 20s, discuss what I look forward to in my 30s, and plenty more. There will be plenty of surprises, including possibly a trip to a casino or something like that. It all goes down live on my birthday, live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel, American Alice Cardinale. See you then.
Now over the that's all, folks.